Transfer portal giveth, transfer portal taketh away. And for the Sooners, 34 players have entered the transfer portal, and there's a reason for that. 19 did come in, and Oklahoma's looking to add a couple more components. So let's dive into this strategy because I don't think Sooner Nation, a lot of you understand why the abruptness of the change. Some of you do. Some of you understand that it is unfortunately necessary. Let's dive into that. Before we do that, welcome to Unfair Sports. I'm your host, Jay. Thank you for pulling up to the channel. This video is powered by our partners over at BetUS TV. Check out their YouTube channel. They're giving you all the analysis and breakdowns and commentaries around the odds world. Check them out. Find them on YouTube, BetUS TV. Oklahoma hit some home runs in the portal. Oklahoma has not hit in the right spots in others. At least we don't know yet. We got to wait and see what that looks like. But some of the home run pickups should pay dividends immediately. And the Sooners have seen a few players hit the portal last minute. Now, the transfer portal is officially closed for players entering the portal. You may see over the next couple of days players that will populate as officially in the portal because it's up to 48 hours for the compliance programs, departments to actually put players' names in the portal. And so in some situations, you may not have players actually be in the portal yet. But we're going to take a look at the latest entries, which I think it's a little bit bigger than you think, but it also kind of tells you the direction the Sooners are going. So on the outgoing side, of course, your latest outgoings is Gavin Sawchuk entered Friday night. He should officially be in there now. And same thing with Gonzalez, the quarterback that transferred in December, that we kind of expected to be either QB2 most likely. He has entered the portal, and it looks like he's headed up to Pitt to join his old coach, Cade Bell, who is the offensive coordinator for Pitt. They're going to meet up as well as, he's being a Florida boy. He had a teammate that's there. But the Gavin Sawchuk went through a few people for a loop and was a little surprising. But when I saw it happen, it kind of made me understand that, this shouldn't be a surprise to any of you. He hasn't finished his career with over 1,000 yards rushing, and health has kind of been an issue. I mean, was it 23? He got you 744 yards rushing, 9 touchdowns. So you're like, okay, if we can get him back to going after his freshman year, man, Sawchuk's going to give it to us. I mean, 5 straight games with 100 yards rushing, but didn't work out that way. So unfortunately, you lose a Gavin Sawchuk. And you mainly lose a Gavin Sawchuk because you bring in a Jaden Ott. And we talked about this when Ott had committed from Cal. He rushed for over 2,500 yards. His career there at Cal. Dude was a beast. 2,200 yards rushing in his first 2 years in college. So he has big play capabilities, and he brings you a veteran presence in which he'll be gone after this year because it's his last year in college football. You'll have Javonte Barnes, who's still around. He has 1 year left in college football. Xavier Robinson, who's going to give you at least 2 more, if not 3. And then Torrey Blaylock, which we all have been hearing nothing but raving words about. He's going to give you 4 years. And so the room gets a little bit thinner, but at the same time, I think we're in a really, really good position there at running back, and I think we'll be fine. Losing Gavin Sawchuk, to me, it's a big enough deal to remind you all that Oklahoma's moving to a model that is going to be closer to NFL and searching for immediate NFL talent. Y'all want wins, right? If you want to make an omelet, sometimes you got to break a few eggs. And unfortunately, that was one egg that had to be broken, which I hate because I enjoyed Sawchuk, but at the same time, that rotation was getting slim. But let's talk about that. Talk about Gonzalez, because that one to me is way more interesting than any of them. But first, shout out to our partners at BetUS TV. They're hooking you guys up with some great odds and analysis over on their YouTube channel. And looking at the odds here for championship winner. This is just right now. This is your top SEC schools, including Oklahoma. Oklahoma still is plus 7,000. Now with these additions from the portal, with Ott and Mateer being considered the best backfield haul in the portal this year, it's a good chance they could propel Oklahoma a little bit higher. So I'm sensing that there's a chance Oklahoma could shock the world. Hopefully you all feel the same way. BetUS will give you that breakdown analysis and let you know, especially here in the NBA playoffs. So check them out. BetUS TV here on YouTube. BetUS, where the game begins. On top of that, Cole Gonzalez hits the portal. Now your quarterback room is pretty thin. You've got John Mateer, Michael Hawkins, and Jet New as your 3 quarterbacks. And I've seen people get in the comments on the expert talking about what is Oklahoma doing, only having 3 quarterbacks. We've dealt with this once before, and it wasn't a good thing. I hear you. We have a capable backup in Michael Hawkins, in which we know he has the talent to do it. Jet New is, of course, a true freshman. Hopefully you don't have to use him much. And hopefully things go great with John Mateer this entire season. Yes, when we had in 22 when Dylan Gabriel got knocked out by TCU, you didn't have a backup for the Texas game. You actually had to go to a tight end. Yes, I get it. I don't think there'd be a problem. I actually think Oklahoma may actually pick up another quarterback in the portal, if not a walk-on, to kind of solidify that room just to have somebody to take a snap or two. Cole, we thought, was going to end up being that too, but then Cole did not win the job. At least it appears. And so you lose out on 2 pretty big pieces going into the portal, and it totally makes sense that now you've got to clean up, because remember, right now roster limits are 105, and you got to make sure that you have NFL caliber players in majority of those 85 scholarship spots. NFL draft is passed, and we'll drop a video later today on that. Actually, we'll talk about it on the live later tonight. Sooners had some players drafted, but if they want to compete for championships, they're going to need a hell of a lot more. Keep that in mind. And so because of that, the portal strategy is, you can see there's a major shift. They're going heavy on players that feel like could make an NFL roster, either by being drafted late or going undrafted free agent. You need a lot of those if you want to compete. The SEC had, 79 kids drafted in NFL draft, most in NFL history. You're playing against NFL talent constantly. Now, I do think this team today has a lot of NFL caliber capabilities. They've got to show it on the field now. We've got to see some execution. And if we get that execution, do not fret. Oklahoma will be a major problem in the SEC. But that's the one problem you're going to see in this new era of college football, is players that we love and we hold dear to our hearts will probably be sent away if they aren't healthy enough to continue to compete. I know it sucks. Believe me. Don't like seeing kids cut. Don't like seeing kids leave. But go look at the list of players that left Oklahoma so far. Still got a good percentage of players that have not found homes yet. And I'm hoping that they find a home and be able to, prove somebody wrong, that they should have deserved an opportunity. But let me know what y'all think. 2 big portal entries. Hop in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Oklahoma's still searching for a wide receiver. I know we had, Michael Carter in town. We just offered the tight end, I think is DeKale out of Hawaii. So Oklahoma's looking to add one more wide receiver just in case. Just in case we don't know the full final timeline for the Gibson boys with Giovanni and Jaden. But if you get them healthy, struggle in bringing in a transfer is can't guarantee minutes. You can guarantee an opportunity to compete, but we got a lot of players that are going to be really good. And I know that this team is very high on their young players, so we'll see what happens. Shout out to BetUS TV. Thank you for sponsoring the video. Check them out here on YouTube. Just search BetUS TV. And we'll chop it up soon. Peace.